It's time to head to Peterborough Speedway, the world's fastest third mile. Enjoy some wicked short track action featuring a variety of classes, including junior late models, bone stocks, mini stocks, renegade trucks, super stocks, and the pro late models. Don't miss their special nights with free entry, double tuning night, driver autographs, and the prestigious Autumn Colors Classic, the biggest event in racing. Whether you're a diehard fan or a new enthusiast, Peterborough Speedway has something for everyone. Visit peterboroughspeedway.com for more information and get ready for an adrenaline-fueled experience on the track. Welcome to GForceTV, your ultimate destination for live racing action at Ohsweken Speedway, Canada's top dirt oval track. Tune in for thrilling weekly racing and exclusive behind-the-scenes content with top racers and media personalities on our podcasts, On Track Weekly and Race Rivals Race Chat. GeForce Lite is also available to bring you highlights from racing events, making it the perfect platform for showcasing Ontario racing at its best. Whether you're a diehard or casual enthusiast, GeForce TV is where you want to be. Visit GeForceTV.net for more information and join us as a partner today. Don't miss out on the excitement. Rev up your passion for racing with GeForce TV.
Engines roar, night and day, stories told in dirt and clay. Kevin Graydon at the wheel, motorsport, truth, raw and real. Feel the rush, feel the speed. This is a podcast racers need. Horses loud, tracks alive, where legends talk, where dreams drive. Rich and tales, victor cries, gasoline love under open skies. From the pits to finish line, every story glows and shines. Feel the rush, feel the speed. This is a podcast racers need. Horses loud, tracks alive, where legends talk, where dreams drive. Feel the rush, feel the speed. This is the podcast racers need. Horses loud, tracks alive, where legends talk, where
All right, well, we'll start off continuing, actually, Peterborough Speedway month by bringing in one of the top contenders in the mini stock division, switch tire mini stock division, out at Peterborough Speedway, and that is Rob Crick, SNS racer this year. Rob Crick in the number 84. How are you doing tonight, Rob?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. Now, I'd love to say that we got this first race in and everything went great, and that didn't happen. Darn. How bummed are you that you guys got rained out night one?
It's a little bum. It's upsetting, but I've already been out. I went to Sunset for their opening night, got some testing in, found some problems with the car. We got it figured out now, so hopefully we get to go test this week and make sure it's good.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I'm surprised actually that more people didn't get out to go to Sunset and just kind of shake down the car. Is there a reason why people don't go out and test, or is it just a lot of people aren't ready?
I just think people just aren't ready, and I think Sunset scares a lot of the Peterborough drivers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it just crazy?
It's just some of the names at Sunset can be scary, right? So,
are you going to tell me who, or are you just going to leave it at that?
Well, we know the Mustang boys are pretty quick, so.
Yeah, those Mustang guys, yeah, for sure. For yourself, though, you're getting back into the switch tire mini stocks, which have been a really nice source of great racing at Peterborough Speedway for the last couple of seasons, excluding the Bone Stock Championship by like 1 point last year. You guys always have a really, really tight championship battle, and yourself included with your teammate last year, Chris Tubman. How was it, man? It seemed like a really good year for you.
It was a good battle. We were neck and neck the whole season, basically. I had one or two bad nights, and that's what killed it for me. But
that's crazy when you talk about like one night or 2 nights, and that's it. Like that, they
Yeah,
teach.
you can put your finger on it, or
Yeah,
like a couple fingers on it.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
the rain nights didn't help either. We lost a
Mhm.
lot of nights.
yeah, I want to say in the first half of the season, especially, you guys were specifically felt like Mother Nature targeted Peterborough. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it was like 4 or 5 weeks or something crazy like that, where you didn't even start this. The junior late models, I don't think, started their season until into like late June, I think it was. I guess it just hit you bad last year, but once you guys got going, the racing was fantastic. And you've been at Peterborough. I want to know kind of the story though. Like, what is the Rob Crick story of racing? Did you get into this right when you were young, or did get into it a little bit later in life? Like, what's the story, Rob?
I got into it a lot later in life.
Oh
I
yeah,
actually got into racing because my wife took me to Peterborough for my very first time. The first year we started dating. And
really?
yeah, and by the end of that year, I had a car and I started in bone stock.
Geez, and she's regretting it ever since, right?
In ways, yeah.
No, but then right away though, that's a keeper, eh? I mean,
That's why we're married now.
yeah, hell yeah.
I've never heard
Nicely
that
done.
before, actually. I've heard always the parents taking or dad taking, but I've never heard the girlfriend taking you to Peterborough Speedway. What was that
beauty.
experience like?
It was I didn't even really know about short track racing until I
Really?
met her. Yeah. I was into drag racing when I was younger and that, but I wasn't even a fan of NASCAR until I got with her.
I love this. Is insane. I never heard anything like this. Wow.
Yeah.
Is she from a racing family?
Her uncle raced a little bit, and same with her cousin, but they raced at Peterborough. They were in mini stock too, way back in the day.
Wow. Wow. I love this grade. And somebody just like you started really late.
Yeah, Rob and I were chatting through private message earlier, actually, and you're into like hardcore, like fishing and that sort of thing, and that so it's very cool. Like, fishing is a very niche sport, especially competitive fishing and that sort of thing, as is grassroots racing, especially as well. So it's kind of cool that like you obviously kind of have that connection to a grassroots level type thing, and then kind of being a fish and water, if you will, getting into the auto racing part of it.
Oh yeah, the competitive fishing is a lot like racing. It's all about prep.
That's right. It is, right? Like it if you don't have the right setup, if you will, then you're out to lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that you have people that embellish and find ways to get bigger fish out there. And you got
Racers have fishing stories
and
too,
you
right?
find people that can get their cars a little bit quicker than they should be. How did you find when your first experience behind the wheel? What was that like?
Well, the very first time I ever drove a bone stock, I drove for a friend of mine, and I literally got taken out and wrote the car off. I almost ended up on the roof. The very first.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
So, and then that's when the whole me building one started.
Okay. Okay. So you wrote this car. Who was it? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Was it you?
that caused the accident?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't me. So I can't remember who it was. Somebody got into me and put me up, and the actual Pepsi sign on the back stretch of Peterborough Speedway I hit as I came up and landed.
Full sense.
Jeez. And after you did that, you're like, yeah, I'm in this forever.
Yeah. It's definitely an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, that's what I've heard though. Like when we
Hell
talk
yeah,
with
it
Feeney, we talk with Feeney all the time, and he talks about all these like bad crashes he's had. I'm like, why are you still doing this, right? Yet that's what it is. He's like the adrenaline, right? And you get in there, and it's not like anything else. Was the bone stock field like what it is now? Was it kind of expanding, or was it a little bit more small? What was the field like when you started?
Well, when I first started bone stock, they had a B main every night because that's how many cars there was. There was a ton of cars and a ton of competition.
Man.
So,
now, well, hopefully we're getting back to that this year. We'll see.
Well, it's looking that way.
Yeah. But for a guy like you who came in, and I mean, you have to have, so I've been told, you have to have some sort of a natural born ability to take driving to the next level and race. So when you were coming into this, you're cutting your teeth with some like deep competition that helps like accelerate the learning curve, right? I mean, you got to get better, like it's sink or swim. I keep bringing in the water thing. I don't mean bring, but I mean it works out damn well. But I mean it is really sink or swim.
Yeah, I got hooked up with a lot of good guys. When I
Yep.
first started, I was really close with Jeremy Kelly and his
Mhm.
brother Jake. And the first year I started racing, that's when I met Chris. And then we just were a big group.
And that's
That's
what you need,
awesome. And I
really.
mean, yeah, like it
Yeah.
just the the collective group of people that kind of have the common interest and are able to communicate that sort of thing to each other where it helps like if one driver finds this and is able to really communicate it well to the group or whatever, I mean you all get better together. And I don't know, for myself I feel that learning in that group atmosphere and being a part of like a feeling of a team or a core group, it really it helps me feel comfortable, which makes me learn faster. So I don't know if it's just as
Well, it was comfortable. It made it more fun, and it was just
yeah,
you look forward to going every week.
You look
especially for us
going,
older guys who didn't get into it right away. We're not like
Yeah,
kids who absorb stuff like sponges. It's
yeah.
just like you have to have like it's serious. Like it's funny, but it's true. But it's like when we're getting more set in our ways as we get on in our years, you have to have like a group of like-minded people for the information to really sink in and be like, hey, they're not talking out their ass. Like they really know what they're saying. And when you take their information or vice versa or something that you give to them and they can interpret it and translate it to on the track, I mean that feels good as the group. I can testify to that, and I'm sure you can too.
Oh yeah, you got to take what everyone says and just suck it in like a sponge.
Yeah, as best you can all the
Yeah.
time.
what was the, because you got into it, like we said, a little bit, as Graydon mentions, you kind of, it's a lot later in life, so it's not as simple to just go in and just learn something like this. What was the hardest thing for you to kind of get? Was it the driving aspect? Was it the mechanical side of it? Was it learning the racecraft? What was it that you found was the hardest thing that you had to kind of learn as you went along?
The hardest thing that I had to get over was the biggest fear of wrecking the car.
Really, eh?
Yeah, once I've gotten over that fear and I've fixed it numerous amount of times and rebuilt it many a times, it just kind of you get once you're past that fear and it definitely changes the way you drive.
So how long did that last, that fear, when you first obviously went out first and kind of the car was wrecked and now you had to go and build one. So how long did that fear stick with you?
It was probably most of the first year of my bone stock. And
Yeah.
then even still to this day, after the car's brand new in the spring, I'm still a little iffy about it, but it's still
Yeah. Well, obviously it's worked because you've found yourself into championship contention. You've won feature events. You've won obviously tons of heats. So what is it that took you to that next level? Was it that group of people surrounding you, or was it something that you found with the car, or something within yourself?
it's basically a lot of the people I have backing me.
Yeah.
My teammates, the people that I have backing me with their knowledge. I'm not gonna lie, Ryan Babin has been a huge influence for me. Everything he says to me, I listen to it, I try it, and that's what got me where I was last year.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And that's that, like I said, it continues. It seems like the strength in that mini stock division. Listen, Graydon knows I'm a sucker for mini stocks. I love this field. I think that you have a field right now. Dave Bragg, yourself, Chris Tubman, Mike Nelson's coming back. Tyler McMurder's getting stronger every week. Carol Dawson got herself a brand new fast car. She's coming in there. You have Tegan Stanley, who just announced that he's going to be in there, right? You have these guys, plus Nolan Gould, plus Will Gibbons, plus Ryan Babin. Like, this field is incredibly stacked.
Mhm.
Yes.
So how are you going to beat him, Rob?
A lot of hopes and dreams.
A lot of
And hopefully all the hard work over the winter paid off.
Hmm.
Well, that's exactly it, right? I mean, we've talked with mini stock racers at Sunset, and the one thing that we can say is the mini stocks are getting bigger. The crowd size is obviously on the track. It's getting more and more, or there's less and less space for you to race because there's
Yeah.
more and more cars out there. Obviously, I got to see you. I got to call your race in the ACC, and didn't finish as well as you were hoping. Unfortunately, you guys got caught up in a little bit of a mess there. But I mean, these cars look like they're so fun to drive. Why
Well,
did you switch to mini stock from bone stock?
I just with the bone stock, you can only do so many things, and I
Mhm.
wanted to be able to create more with it. I wanted to be able to have more adjustability and see if I get any faster.
Well, did it work?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot faster than what the bone stocks were.
Yeah.
Is there a goal to kind of move from the mini stock into something else, or you want to stay in the mini stocks?
I would probably only stay with mini stock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay, that's
would.
good.
I couldn't see myself going into a super stocker late model,
Mhm.
mainly because I know nothing about carburation. I'm a fuel injection guy. If they came fuel injected, maybe, but until that time, yeah.
Well, we're not going to see in a Renegade truck at any point. I feel like Rob Crick could power a Renegade truck around Peterborough.
If I got offered a ride maybe once or twice, I'd probably try it out, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
got to beat the pants off Corey Horn now, right? That's the
Yeah.
plan, right? And that's what we like about this deal is that Peterborough, you guys you have a good core group of people in that division. I mean, they're not going to be doing more than they need to. They go out there, they run, battle for the championship. You have great races. Hell, we're going to see Sean Kennedy at some point running for Brandon Feeney. He's going to come and do that, moving up exactly like you did. So week to week, this battle is going to be tough. Graydon and I talk about this on the podcast all the time. How do you deal with the grind? Because racing is not like any other sport. We do it just because we like it. We're not smart. We don't race because we're smart people. Let's be honest. We do it for fun. So, what is it that you have to do to make sure that you're not going to get, you know, um, overwhelmed or burnt out?
Well, I take as much time as I can with the car. I'm very lucky that my wife is very supportive of this. And
Awesome.
according to her, she calls the car the mistress. So when she talks to friends and I'm not around, she says I'm out with my mistress. Because usually that's where I am, is at the shop, working on the car, getting it to the next level.
I haven't heard that one before. That's good, Graydon. I like that one.
I said that your wife just when we roll around to the part where you give your shout outs, definitely throw that in there because she definitely is a keeper for sure, man. Because that
She was the one that pushed me to the next level to get the car finished for
that's
Motorama and to have it there.
oh man,
Man,
that's so
that's
great.
great to hear.
Yeah.
Really great to
And
hear.
being Peterborough Speedway month, then obviously you were that guy, which I obviously can relate to that. You were on the other side of the fence that crossed over onto the competition side of the fence. What's it mean to you to have done that at Peterborough Speedway, being Peterborough Speedway month here on SNS?
It's I like that I'm, considered one of the top now, and it's
Yeah.
very cool. I like going to the other tracks, like especially when I go to Sunset, I'm starting to get known too. So
Yeah.
Yep.
it's definitely interesting to be from the guy that was a back runner to be one of the top contenders now.
It's
Is
got to
there
be super gratifying. Like you like climbing the ladder. I mean, you don't get more entry level than sitting in the grandstands and then crossing over the fence and onto the track and into a car. So I mean, that's climbing it rung by rung and yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours. It's every waking minute, I'm sure, for you, especially during the grind of the season. But you're here and you're letting them know you're here.
Yeah, well, my car was in the shop the weekend after Autumn Colors, and
Hmm.
went at it with a sawzall for a weekend. And
Yeah.
by the time I was done, the car was in two pieces and putting it back together.
Nice.
See, I love hearing this. I love hearing that this is people forget, and I think that's why we love this more than we like the big time down south NASCAR because You guys do this yourselves. You're putting it in. You don't have somebody to do it all for you. You
That's
can't
right.
just wreck a car and then, oh, okay, the team will build it back for me and I'll be fine next week and I'll collect my $1 million paycheck. No, you got to go in there and you got to fix it. You got to set it up. You got to transport it. You got to do all the work on it yourself. That's
You got
what
to
we love
want
to
it.
hear. And yeah, you want to do it. That's the coolest thing about it. Are there plans? We know there's a big mini stock race taking place at Delaware Speedway this year. Are you going to do some traveling at any point to do some mini stock invitationals, or are you going to stick and battle for that championship again this year?
Well, I'm gonna go for the Peterborough Championship this year. That's my main goal. It is the plan to we plan to go to Delaware,
Hell
and
yeah.
then the Saturday after Delaware is our 50 lapper,
Yep.
and then the Sunday now with the rain it's Velocity. So that weekend's gonna be very busy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot of racing for you. We would be remiss if we did not mention our friend at Lakeside Mobile Tire, our partner, Ashley McMartin. Man, it's got to be. I was gonna say it's got to be a lot of fun to have Ash as not just a partner, but someone who's there encouraging and really encouraging, and supporting you. You've got I have a lot of great people on that 84 car. A lot of great people that are helping you in and week in and week out. Ash is somebody who kind of pointed us towards more Peterborough people, and we definitely said yes. We want to have Rob Crick and Chris Tubman and Angelo Novus as part of our program for this year. So let's take the moment and shout out some partners that are on your number 84 car. And then as well, as Graydon mentioned, the people that help make it possible for you to go out and win races.
Okay, so I've had Canadian Tech Air Systems from the very first day I started racing.
Hell yeah.
They've been a part of my team since day one and couldn't do it without them. They're a huge supporter. Same with Lakeside Mobile Tires. Without Ashley, I mean, she's a huge part of this, and she is literally a big part of my team and the way it goes. I've also got Babins Automotive. Same thing. Ryan is, I can't say enough about Ryan. He's huge help with him day in and day out. I can't thank him enough. I've also got Eagle Auto Glass, which is another huge supporter. I've had him on for a few years now. Really good guy. I have Swift Hoist Services. The same thing. We deal with him through work day in and day out, and he's a great guy as well. His support's huge. I also have Strongco this year, which is Corey Strawn, who is just unbelievable.
Amazing.
I mean, he was a huge help to get me some stuff and get the car ready. I've also got Sign Design in Whitby, who does all my numbers and all that. They've been on the car too since my very first day of starting. They did my first number package, and they've been great. My team wise, I mean, Chris Tubman has been huge. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have a place to keep my car because 90% of the time my car is there. My car got built over the winter at his place, and I mean, I can't thank him enough. Ashley and Scott and Matt, they're huge supporters too. They're always there to help me. I'm there to, help Matt too for his bone stock adventure. The novices, they all help out. We all help each other. My wife's huge support there day in, day out, saying goodnight over the phone because usually I'm out working at the car and she's going to bed. My daughter, Jaden's a huge part of it. She designs the car almost every year.
Awesome.
She helps me paint it. So
right.
It's pretty good. And just everyone else who always is willing there. I mean, Chuck and Carol Dawson too. If I ever need something at the track, Chuck is the first one running over to me. And he's like, whatever you need, I got it. And he normally does.
That's awesome.
This is why we love racing. It's the people that do it. And I think one question, Grain, before we wrap up with Rob, that I think is very important. And I think this one, I kind of think, I hope people listen to it. And now I'm going to ask Rob is why should people get involved in motorsports just like you did?
It's more a great place to meet people that have the same interest. And it's like a big family. At the track, everyone's willing to help everybody. And Like someone gets in a wreck, and if someone has parts, they're throwing at them, saying, "Here, let's get you back out there."
Yeah.
And it's the way it is. It's a big community.
And you know what? We absolutely love that community. We love that you're a part of our racing community. Rob Crick here on the Stickers and Scuffs podcast. Graydon Bunn, what do you have to say to Rob before we wrap it up?
I couldn't agree more with what you said. The racing community is somewhat a place where they want to beat you heads up on the track rather than see you behind the wall and watching everybody else go around without you. So I mean, in terms of even just getting you up to speed in terms of driving and that sort of thing, which you and I can both attest to, having the right people around you makes all the difference. And I get that a lot. I mean, I get that about you, and it's really cool to hear your story, man, and rooting for you big time, man. Thank you for having us on the car and for your time tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That is Rob Crick. Catch him every week that the mini stocks are running out at Peterborough Speedway in 2025.
Thank you for watching the Stickers and Scuffs podcast. Subscribe, share, and like for more Ontario motorsports content.